Welcome to session 4 of this series. Now in this session we will have a look at how to create dynamic lists in Excel, which means a change in content of one drop down causes a change in content of another drop down. First thing that we will be doing is determine what we are making our drop down list with. We will be using example of cars. I will go on to sheet 5 and just zoom in a little bit, so whatever text I enter in any of these cells will be easily readable. I will also highlight the cells with yellow color so the text is easily readable. Our first column will be the make of the car and next column will be the model of the car. We will keep it real simple. Just below the make, we will be putting our first drop down box. Before we do that, we will be making a list in some part of the sheet from where we will get our content of drop down box. So we will list down 3 make of or manufacturers of the cars, that is Mahindra, Honda and Suzuki. Now each of these 3 categories will have a list of their models. In order to populate their drop down, we will make 3 more lists, each with model of this makes. So first we will list down models of Mahindra, that is Scorpio, Scorpio XT and Bolero. Next we will list down models for Honda, that is Amaze, Accent and Honda City, and finally we will list down models of Suzuki, that is Swift, Swift Desire and finally Baleno. So now we have 3 lists of model belonging to 3 different car manufacturers. Now we will name them, for which I will highlight the area of make, that is Mahindra, Honda and Suzuki. Now I will go to the formula tab, go to define name and select define name here. I want my list to be named as make, so I will just list it down as make. Excel has automatically selected the values which I have earlier selected. So my first list is ready as soon as I click OK. So this is my first list. Now similarly I will make list for the models as well. Now I will select the model of Mahindra, go to formulas, go to define name and select as Mahindra. So this is my second list, the values are already selected. I will now define my third list. I will select the models of Honda, go to formulas, go to define names. Now I want this list to be named as Honda. The values are already selected. I click on OK, and finally the fourth list will be of Suzuki models. I will go to formula, define names and Suzuki. OK. So now I have all defined 4 lists. To view or review them, you can go to formulas and just click on name manager. You can see here the 4 lists with their names and the cells they are referring to. Now we will go back to cell which we have earlier highlighted, that is make. I will just select in these cells, and since now we want to make our first drop down here, I will go to data. I will select data validation from here, and since I want the drop down I will select list, and for the source I will type in equal to, and I want the make of the car, so I will type in make. This is the same list which we have predefined earlier. Now as soon as I click OK, we have a drop down here. You can see the selected cells have a drop down. Now the next selection is the model. We will ask Excel to use whatever list is in make list. Now I have already selected a cell under model. Then I go to data, data validation, list, and I will select list, and my source I want to be the make. I want it to change, so I will remove the absolute referencing which we had referred earlier. I will just type in C6 and I click on OK. Now select, I will just move on to this cell and see which make of the cars are available. I will select Mahindra and I will select see, you can see both the make and the model of the cars are Mahindra. Why is that? Because Excel thinks we want value whatever is present in cell C6. There is a way Excel allows us to work around this using indirect function. So now I will go to data, I will select data validation, and now I will type in here the indirect function with parenthesis for cell C6. I will close the parenthesis and click OK. Now let us check what has been modified in the drop down under model. You can see whatever models belong to Mahindra, the list is populated here. Now if I select make of another car, that is I will go on to Honda, and I will just once again go to data, data validation, list equal to indirect C7. I will close my parenthesis and click OK. Now see the magic. After I click on the drop down list here, all the models that belong to Honda will be listed in here. Isn't that magic? Amaze, Accent and City. So this is how we create dynamic lists in Excel. Hope you had a great session.